So guys, it's been a minute. Yeah, I have like this really big button on my chin. Yeah. Anyway, today's video had me thinking of, okay, today's Sunday, what am I going to cook? So, I was gonna make me some carrot rice, potato salad, coleslaw, and baked chicken, right? And then I know this thing is like, usually when I eat, I don't know how much of you all have this like crave for something sweet. So I'm on a diet right now. So for me, I actually have like 2 Ocho chocolates and I stick to that. So yes, I'm actually getting back to discipline over motivation. And it's so crazy because you always hear old people, elderly people, or the older folks say, your health is your wealth, which is technically true, you know, which is like, a lot of people assume because they're vegetarian or they're pescatarian or they're healthy. No, you're not, because you could have all the seafood and stuff like shrimp, mussels, crab, squid is actually very, very, very high in cholesterol, right? The only thing is healthy is the fish, and if you're like me, allergic to fish, well, you're good. And then the amount of like vegetables and stuff that I usually buy, I don't know how much of you all had this, but like when you wash it, you realize like the color is actually washing off too. I bought some spinach and I keep squeezing and squeezing, and the more that I squeeze, the more green came out of the water. And it's like you can't eat healthy at all. You know, you heard from before, back then, you say, oh, milk is unhealthy for you because, you know, it creates mucus. Then you hear, don't drink juice because if you have arthritis, or worse yet, if you have acidic stomach, right? Then you hear, don't eat the chickens because they're injecting it with, you know, chemicals to make them grow faster. And then you're hearing about, like, don't eat too much of the vegetables because, you know, they're inserting chemicals in that too, or all sort of pesticides and whatnot. So you're like, okay, what am I supposed to eat? You go through the milks, you see butter and oil in the milks. You go through like, you know, the ingredients. It's crazy. It's crazy. You really have nothing healthier to eat. Now, we always used to ask ourselves, how come the older folks used to live like so long? And you'll hear the term, they're healthy as a horse, you know, people in their 70s, their 80s, and 90s, and they could do everything for themselves. And let's go down to the question as to why. Yeah, the why. Now, nowadays, you go in the grocery, you could pick up a bag of snacks. I'm not going to call no name, right? You get it for $20, $24. You pick up whatever chocolates back then when we were kids. You know, those things were like so expensive. You couldn't afford to go in the grocery and pick up that, right? But our parents used to go to the market and buy a lot of fruits. And back in the day, we had a lot of fruit trees. And, you know, then people weren't even so selfish or stingy. You know, your neighbor might come and say, hey, like a bag of mangoes, like a fig or something. Or, hey, you know, I got this on sale in the market because people were stocking up to go, so I got some extra apples or whatever the case may be. And when you were craving something sweet after your meal, you would get a fruit, right? That's it. Or you walk out and you pick something and you eat. We don't have that anymore. And even if you go down to the biblical terms, because I know other people will argue about this, and that's fine. You know, back in the day, Adam and Eve had fruit trees. As only when they sin, they have to like tilt from the earth to get food. And tilting means provisions and vegetables, because fruits grow on trees. You get it? I mean, yes, they have some vegetables too, but that's where it all began. So back in the day, as I said again, we had fruits. You get a fruit to go to school. You come home, you pay for something sweet, you eat a fig, a banana, apple, a grapes. But now you can't even afford that. If you go for Christmas, it's like, wow, pound and a crown just for apples and grapes. And you get them so little bit, and you don't even know what it is they injected those things to. And worse yet, half of these people, you go by their house, they have more flowers tree than fruit tree. And people so selfish, they won't say, hey, here, look a bag of mangoes. Nothing. And I honestly think that is the reason why our older folks lived so long compared to now. Like recently I've heard like a 50-something-year-old got a stroke and he died. My other mother, she's 70. She got a stroke 2 weeks ago. And believe it or not, this woman could walk, talk. The right side of the brain was injured from the stroke, well, it died. But she's nothing has affected her. Like some people, you know, they slur their talk, they can't move part of their body, anything like that. And one of the things she used to say is that every time she buys something, she reads the ingredients and she goes to the farmer market. And she grows most of her stuff, like her mangoes, she has plum, she has her own seasonings, and all these things. And I honestly think that is one of the reasons why our generation of people are so hormonal, because of all the chemicals, and we don't have fruits anymore as before. So yeah, I think that was what on my mind I wanted to share on that. I think if it is we start planting back our own fruits, because that way you know what you're putting in it. Because even when you stop by the traffic lights and these guys selling their fruits, it's like a pound and a crown. And I think that's why most of our people are unhealthy. So my advice or my take from this, they say health is your wealth. But to the people, the vendors and stuff, I know you are going to bitch and complain and be like, oh, when KFC raise their prices, all they don't complain. So when we angry people want to raise our prices, all they shouldn't complain. Fair enough. But at the same time, if you want people to buy your stuff, or you want to be healthy and your loved ones to be healthy, come to some sort of compromise, or at least try and be all generous. It's in season. Instead of stay on your tree and it fall and it rotten, oh gosh, give a bag to somebody, sell it at a cheaper price. You know, that's all. So folks, if you want to try the fruit thing and see how it goes, instead of eating a snack like chocolates or preserves or whatever, let me know if you feel a difference, because I think that's what I'm going to start doing too. So you all enjoy your week, enjoy your Sunday, and yeah, thank you for listening to me rant.